my channel. My name is Laura, and today I am doing Top 10 Tuesday. I know I haven't been videotaping, but I saw this on Booksamino, and I thought it was a great idea to do a video. So I went to my shelves, my TBR shelves, and I looked for the smallest books that I had on my shelf, and I picked out 10 smallest books. They were under 200 pages. So I have a stack here. They're in no particular order. I started with my Goodreads, and I sorted it by least pages, but some of the pages they were more than 200 because somehow, I don't know, it wasn't accurate or right. So after that, I went to my shelf and just looked at each spine, and I said, oh, that looks really thin. Let me pull it out. And so I pulled out 10 books from my shelves downstairs, my shelves upstairs, my crates, and my shelves in my office. So I have 10 here. I have 2 middle grade books that I haven't read yet that I want to read, and then the rest are all YA and adult. So here we go. No particular order. The first one is Hatchet. This is a middle grade book. This is by Carrie Paulson. I know it's a survival book. That's all I know about it. It's a middle grade book. I have not read it yet. I do own the book. It's less than 200 pages. It is 194 pages, and I think that's all I know about it. So this is the first book. So yeah, this is very popular. A lot of the kids in my school read it already. I have not read it yet, and yeah, so I put this in my list. The second book is also a middle grade book. It is Shiloh, and this is by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor. I have not read this yet. This one is very, very short. This one is only 137 pages, so I could probably fly through this in one day. I don't know. I don't even know what this one's about. I'm assuming it's about a dog. I thought it was, I'm guessing here, I thought it was World War II or historical fiction, but I'm not sure. So yeah, guessing, but I own this book. It's in my middle grade box, and yeah, and I still haven't read it yet. So yeah, so that's that one. Okay, moving on to something I don't even know anything about at all, and I found this one on my shelf. It's called Deep and Dark and Dangerous. This cover is amazing. That's probably why I bought it. It's by Mary Downing Horn. It's eerie and suspenseful. That's what it says on the front. And it is 181 pages. There's 21 chapters. I think it's going to be a fast read. Yeah, stormy weather, a deep dark lake, many unanswered questions, mystery and ghost story fans turning pages right up to the end. So this one seems, I hope, very good and a fast-paced book. So yeah, so that's that one. Okay, moving on to number 4. This is another one I found on my shelf. A beautiful cover. I think I should read this in the fall, though. It's All That Matters. Look at that cover. This is by Jan Goldstein. I have no idea what this book's about at all. I found it on my shelf, and I was like, oh, let's read a little bit of the blurbs on the back. It says, heartwarming novel embracing life's infinite possibilities. Like Tuesdays with Maury and Message in the Bottle. This is a story that evokes emotions ranging from heartbreak to joy, as its endearing, complex characters tenderly work their way into our hearts. All That Matters is an uplifting story of the generations, a deft tale of deep love and the struggle to survive. Ultimately is a novel of hope and redemption. So yeah, beautiful cover. And how many pages is this one? This one is 198 pages. So yeah, beautiful. Hopefully I get to it soon. Okay, moving on to number 5. Number 5 is one of the authors that I haven't tried yet, and she's on my list. I have a few of her books. I picked the smallest book that I own by her, and it is Alice Hoffman, and I have The Blackbird House. This is the smallest book that I own by her. I have no idea what this is about. It says riveting and haunting, masterful. So, yeah. Hoffman's writing and storytelling are their best. All the tales are typically lush and lyrical. Hoffman's lovely writing style makes her books delightful to read. Beautifully evocative. Hoffman's characters are so authentic that the fantastical seems almost matter of fact. Mysterious, bewitching, and wonderful, infused, rich emotions. So, yeah, it seems pretty cool. Let's see how many pages it is. It is 225, so it's a little bit more than 200, but I think it's doable for a short read. So yeah, so that's that one. Okay, moving on to another YA book. This is number 6, right? Yeah. Yeah, so number 6, I have Fly on the Wall by E. Lockhart. Now, I have read E. Lockhart before, and I really enjoyed her writing style. I read, I think, I don't remember the book. Anyway, this one, How One Girl Saw Everything. I think this might be the best YA novel I've ever read. It's hilarious and it's so very smart. I mean, I'm serious. It's really amazing. And that was written by John Green, quoted on the top of the book. So, yeah. This looks really short. And let's see how many pages it is. It is 182 pages. So, yeah. Seems interesting and very short. So that's number 6. Okay, moving on to number 7. Number 7 is an author that I've read in the past. She was one of my favorite authors in the 80s. I read a lot of her books, but I don't remember which ones I read. The only one I really think I read was Kaleidoscope, but I know I read more than that. So I have this one on my shelf called Pure Joy by Danielle Steele, The Dogs We Love, and it's so cute. I love dogs. So it's a really short book. Yeah, I even think that's her dog on the cover. She's holding it there. And this one is, how many pages? Let's see. It is 154 pages. Really short book about dogs. Yeah, I think I'm going to really like this. I'm going into this one blind. So, yeah. So that's that one. Okay, moving on to a psychological thriller. I found one on my shelf that's really short. And it is The Psychopath Next Door. This is by Martha Stout, PhD. A chilling, accurate portrayal of evil, the decent person's guide to indecency. So 1 in 25 ordinary Americans secretly have no conscience and can do anything at all without feeling guilty. Who is the devil you know? So yeah, I have this one. This one is, I think this is a nonfiction book. When I edit this, I'll let you know. This is 218 pages, but I found this on my shelf. And I wanted to read it a while ago, so we'll see. Yeah, psychological thriller, I think, and it might be a nonfiction, but I'm not sure. Okay, so the next one is The Day I Died, an unforgettable story of the life after death, and this is by Steve Sjogren. I'm sorry if I butchered his name, but this is a very short book. It was on my shelf. And this one is 163 pages. So, yeah. So I have this one. I really don't know what it's about, but yeah. I saw it on my shelf. I was like, oh, this one's short. So I pulled it off. Okay, and the last book that I have here was actually on my Goodreads. It came up as the #1 book on my TBR that was the shortest pages. And this one is Into the Light by L.B. Simons. This is my journey from darkness into the light. Chosen Paths. This is book 1 of a series. And I really don't know anything else about this book, except it was my #1 book on Goodreads and that I owned, and it is 240 pages, so it is a little more than the 200 mark, but it came out as my shortest book on Goodreads that I own that I haven't read yet. So yeah, so I have to go into this one blindly. So here are the 10 books that I plan to read, hopefully this year, by the end of the year, and hopefully I'll pick them up. Have you read any of these? I know mostly the middle grade books you probably read before, but I don't know if you read any of the other ones. Comment below, and I will see you in another video. Bye!